Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine, and it's time for part two of my Something Blue collection challenge. This is going to be the wedding layout, and I am using page 105 from our 101 Scrapbooking Ideas and Sketches book. Yes, page 105. That is apparently not one that is shown on our Creative Memories blog. So I apologize for saying that in my last video. Pretty much every other sketch I've done from the book has been on the blog and I've been able to link it. This one I am not, so I will actually hold this page up a little bit more in case you do want the screenshot of the sketch. So let me get things switched over so you can see what I'm going to be doing for this layout. Here is the sketch that we're going to be doing. I'm going to hold this up because, like I said, that one is actually not on the blog. And I wrote my instructions for my outdoor event green one down here, or my mats anyways. I put my mats for this layout here with the blues, I'm calling it. So if you want to screenshot that as well, you can. There you go. For this layout, we are going to be using this navy floral paper for the base of both sides of our page. It does have the kind of country blue hearts on the back. I call it country blue. I'm sure Creative Memories calls it something else. And I also did pull out my scallop heart border maker cartridge. We are going to be punching both some vellum as well as some of our designer paper with that scalloped heart border maker cartridge. I do have a short that shows a quick demo or what it looks like when it first punches out, how wide it is and all that. So that also is on my YouTube channel here. We are also using this silvery gray paper that has the tiled look on it. It has the words love on the back. There you go. Blue, light blue loves. We're going to use the tiled side though. And we also are using the, let me pull these out. So I am punching for my scalloped hearts. I did punch it with both the silver leafy hearts. It has the, I don't remember the name of the paper. It's white with this, like, I don't know, geometric tile almost look on the back of it. And for the vellum, I used the one with the same leafy heart look. So when I line it up, you'll see it pop. It just is a matter of lining it up. Hang on, let me make sure I've got my sheets going the same direction here. Line up, because it's just a little bit off from each other. So there you go. You can see it's essentially the same paper, the same design. The vellum is a little bit blue. The underlay paper is the silver, but when you line them up, you get this really cool, like, popping out hearts, leafy hearts all over the place. It's really, really fun, and I can see coming up in a future virtual crop. We might be doing this. We'll see. I don't know yet, because I never know what's going to strike me from the sketches that they show in the virtual crop. But I just thought that was kind of neat. I wanted to show you all how that lined up and how really striking that could look as an element on your pages. All right, so moving on here. Next, I also use our floral, the white with the navy floral on it. It has the light blue with the white polka dots on it. And then I also did pull some navy cardstock as well. I will tell you all the sizes coming up, but the other thing you might notice is everything looks a little crinkly. I was inspired buy our Scallop Heart Border Maker cartridge, and I pulled out my wave blade for everything, pretty much. So I've cut this with my wave blade. I've cut all my mats with my wave blade. I cut my Scallop Heart with my wave blade. And I just went crazy on this one with my wave blade. I thought, we have these really fun blades that can mimic what is already here on our Scallop Heart. Why not use it? So that's what I did. And then I've pulled out my vellum tape runner and my bone folder because we're going to need to burnish this. Let's see here if I can actually get this on here just a little bit. And this will also not stick to our mat here. Oops, I don't want this underneath this. So use your vellum tape runner with your vellum. It really does help make a difference. I'm just putting a little bit at the bottom of a couple of these hearts. And whoops, sorry about that. That was kind of loud. Okay, make sure I have the right side that I want to use. I'm going to actually turn this. Move that out of the way a moment. And so I have my heart side up. It's been a while since I've used vellum, and I usually don't punch it. So it's definitely something that I haven't shown for a while. But I just want to offset this just ever so slightly up, because in that way it'll show off the extra layer that we're putting under our vellum. And it just, oops, I'm kind of curling my vellum a little bit. That's okay. It's going to go flat on our paper. Don't worry. But I just want to make sure that you're not seeing the tape underneath it, so that way it goes in clear. Let me hold this up to the camera for you. I'm going to block the light. Here we go. I'm holding this up for you all to see that really you can't see where I put that tape runner underneath there using the vellum tape runner. Trying to make sure I don't add a shadow. There you go. And you can see it under the bright light too, where you really don't see where my tape runner went, but you can see it's just ever so slightly where you can see both the paper and the vellum. You see a little bit more of the vellum, but the paper is just kind of underneath as a little bit of a highlight. So actually, I think I got it lined up a little bit better on my left side than the right, but you know what? I'm okay with that. That's paper for you. That's how you know it's homemade. It's, you put your love into putting these layouts together, and if something is a millimeter off, don't worry about it. I mean, if you want to worry about it, I guess that's okay. I don't really have the brain space to do that, I guess. It's okay. All right, so first things first, I do want to place my strip here. This one is, I've got to double check here. It's 1.5 inches, and I did use, like I said, my wave blade. I cut about 1/8 of an inch off of the edge of the paper first, and then I did the other end. I did not flip the paper because the wave blade actually is pretty forgiving. You don't have to worry as much about where your bumps are going to land because it's pretty cohesive and even. I'm trying to find my zero centering ruler here because I do want to go and flip this so I can get it for the right end of my paper, and I'm going to use it upside down a little bit because I think it's going to be about 1/2 inch from the right side of the page. I just want a little, no, it's going to be about 1/4. There we go. That's why I wanted to have my zero centering ruler here. I eyeballed it at about 1/4, but I kind of like to make sure, oops, that I am going to line this one up. I think just because of it being a wedding one, I want to make sure it's a little bit tighter than what I usually do. There we go. Okay, 1/4 inch at the top and the bottom from the edge of the page. Okay, multi-purpose tool. There we go. Okay, got that straight now. Alrighty. This one feels a little high maintenance, but I know it's not. It's okay. Multi-purpose tool, bone folder. Just a couple extra things here. All right. So our scallop border is going at the top, also about 1/4 inch. And I probably should measure this again. Yep, I'm definitely over from the edge a little bit here. Let's do this. There we go. And then this on this side. Okay. And that little, oops, I'm going up here. Put this one down. I think because of my, remember when I said that my vellum, I had it, the paper poking down a little bit more on the left than the right. I think that's what threw me off just a little bit, putting my paper down here. No, got it at 1/4. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I always feel like I'm getting reasonably good at that, but you know, sometimes it's better it goes a little smoother than other times. So let me show you what inspired this again, because we have this layout, and I actually, on part 1, I did flip the layout and I put the border across the bottom. This one, I really was inspired by these 2 strips that they ran across the top. And so that's why, but I put mine a lot closer to the top because I, of course, want to add more larger photos to my layout when I put it together. And I liked the look of the Fast to Fab page that they had here. And of course, theirs has an extra little strip as well. So if you don't have the wave blade, I mean, I guess I kind of flipped the strip where I added so you could see the 1/4 inch on the right side here. You can make that 1/8 if you want. But you can put an extra little border sticker or something, put this at the edge, and then run something else down as well. But I just really liked how this one came together using this wave blade. Like I said, if you don't have it, use the straight blade. It's okay. As you're still going to wind up with a pretty layout as well. Okay, let me see. My mats. I did the 4 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 from 1 sheet of designer paper. So please let me know again if you would like me to do a short for that. I don't know if I've done a short. I know I've shown it in other videos. My navy cardstock, I did it 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and yes, wave blade. Like I said, everything has the wave blade, even my mat. So I took my mat, I took 1/8 of an inch off around each edge from my mat. It's the one that has the wreath, the leafy heart on both sides. And I just, like I said, I just really added a cohesive look to the entire layout. So let me get these stuck down and we'll keep going here. So like I said, just a little bit different from part 1 where we had all the greens, and I thought that one turned out really beautiful. Pretty much for almost anything. You could even use that one for a birthday party, in my humble opinion here. This one definitely is more wedding themed for sure because of the blues and the hearts. And I guess you could kind of use it also for a Valentine's Day as well. Okay. And we do need to overlap our 1.5 inch by 12 inch strip just a little bit with our photo boxes here. And this can be a decorative element on your page, but it also can hold a photo. I like to keep my options open until I do have my photos, although I'll be honest, I don't know anybody getting married coming up, and so this one might wind up in my spring sale that I'm going to be doing. And I think I've decided I might actually switch that one up and not do it on Facebook. I might actually do it on Zoom. So it might be a sign up thing where people can sign up safely, and I will email you the Zoom link because I want it to be a private event. I think for people who actually watch my channel and who would like to help me lose a little bit of weight before we move again. Moving weight, I guess I wouldn't mind losing a few pounds too, but just from our household goods. Well, that was a little bit awkward. I wound up losing my internet in the middle of talking about losing weight. Yes, I wouldn't mind losing a few pounds myself. However, I am more concerned right now about our actual weight of our household goods as we're getting ready to move across the country again this summer. So that's one of those fun things about being an active duty military family is we do have quite a few moves that happen. I don't know why this one is looking crooked. I think I'm going to flip my paper here and see if that helps me. Sometimes it's just the way it lands on the wave blade. Yeah, so this actually, I like this edge a little bit better. It just seems to flow a little bit smoother for me. There we go. Okay, and then embellishments I have. Love, love, love. And I found these really beautiful floral pieces in our embellishment pack. I'm going to be putting one over here on a foam square. It looks like, I think I went a little bit further over than I did when I kind of tested this out a bit. So it's okay. This is why it just kind of has to flow a little bit organically as well. I'm just going to grab a couple of these little ones. Oops, I have one that I cut from the last layout on my sheet here. Oops. All right. Looks like we're going to fit 3 on this one. And that way it won't interfere when I go to put my photos onto the page. Here we go. All right. Get out another sheet of foam squares here. Actually, I think I'm going to see if this one can just go down on the page. I think it can. So grab my regular repositionable tape runner here. I feel like I've got a lot of things here, which I kind of do because we're going to be doing vellum again on the other side, and I didn't put my vellum tape runner away. This one, I feel like I want to go this direction with. But I did also have my little love that I wanted to go along the bottom here. And I honestly, I thought about using the wave blade on this one as well, but it was just a little bit too small and it had this little stitched detailing on it. I will show you when I hold this up. So this is actually, you know what? This is the right side of our page. Usually I always do the left side. Apparently I got a little flustered today. So this is the right side, which is okay. You know, I mean, at least I'm letting you know it's the right side, I think, because I started showing you all the stuff because I want to make sure that I'm explaining a little bit more in detail of what I'm doing here. Or trying to anyways. I definitely, sometimes I get the inspiration from these sketches, but sometimes I just don't always have a good reason for why these things pop in my head as far as how to put these pages together, just to hopefully they inspire you all as well. And I really am enjoying this whole 101 sketchbook challenge. It's really been a lot of fun. It's really, I don't know. I know sometimes I have a really strange strange way of having fun, but it just has been a lot of fun for me to just use it for all these collections and pull out some of my old favorites and make up some extra pages using them with the sketches as the inspiration has just been really, really a wonderful thing for me this year. So thank you. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for commenting. It has truly blessed me this year. I've got to make sure I use my tape runner to go in the right direction. It's, yes, definitely been a blessing for me. And I thank you all for sharing my channel with your friends and helping it to grow and letting me know I'm on the right path with doing this. I'm almost secretly hoping Creative Memories will come out with another one of these for next year when this one came out, I believe, during their birthday bash. So get ready to order in what is it, September-ish, August, September. Start saving a few bucks so that way you can participate in whatever promo they have where they offer whatever book, because chances are Catherine might be using that in 2025. Wow, the year's going quickly. 2025 for her next YouTube challenge. We'll see. I do have some other things happening or come. I would love to film a couple other things here too, but there's only so many hours in the day. I do have a family to take care of as well, and I love to cook also, and that takes time too, you know? So I do what I can, and like I said, I have this list in my head of things I want to get done, but a lot of them are getting done. I mean, I'm keeping up with this 2 video a week schedule. It's been great. And like I said, I'm thrilled that you all seem to enjoy watching and commenting, and I like the thumbs up and everything happening. I just want to do more, but we need more hours in the day sometimes, don't we all, as busy moms? And life does get busy, and there's things that happen, especially with kids still at home. So I definitely prioritize that and fit in my filming when I can, and I edit these on my phone when I'm out and about with my headphones on in the doctor's office or wherever, and it works out. So, all right, so that was the vellum layering on our designer paper again with our scalloped heart. I did the 1.5 inch strip going down about 1/4 of an inch, and the hearts also from the top about 1/4 of an inch as well. I have my other 2 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 with the lighter floral mats that I cut from one sheet of this designer paper. And again, like I said, if you want to see it, leave me a comment. I will be happy to put a short together showing that. And this mat with the cake on it is going to be my journal box. So that one's going up here. And bring it down just a little bit because I do have our wedding day. Like I said, this one definitely spoke wedding to me. I'll figure that out coming up. Final mat here. This actually might go up a little. Okay. Time for some other tape. Let me put away my vellum tape runner so I don't accidentally grab it. And because we're done with the vellum for this anyways, it'll pop out again. Probably at one of the virtual crops, or who knows, maybe when I revisit this collection. So the vellum will come out again, probably when I revisit this collection. Who knows? Like I said, I loved how those hearts layered, though, for sure. I thought that was really beautiful. Our designers are just so thoughtful in how they put these collections together. You almost always have a mat that coordinates with the collection, with the designs on the designer paper. Just really, I don't know, just it's one, I appreciate it. And hopefully you all do too. I mean, that's maybe why you're enjoying the creative memories, checking the layouts, getting some inspiration. Okay, am I straight-ish? I think I'm reasonably straight here. This one looks a little crooked. How's that? Not bad. Okay. And I did need a little more space in here because with this one, this is our other bouquet, if you will, from the embellishment pack. I am going to overlay where we're doing our journaling just a little bit so that it doesn't interfere with my photo. But I found these doves and I just thought they're so pretty. Okay, hang on. Let me get my thing. They're so pretty. I loved that they have this little heart in between them because it repeats our heart that's on the right side of our page. But what I need to do is line this up so because I wanted it to look like they also are holding our flowers. How's about that? And this one can go this way a little bit. There we go. That's what I was doing. Okay. Left side angling left, right side was angling right just a little bit. So this is going to go right about there. Let me put some repositionable tape on it. And here we go. And then that actually aims this little corner around in corner. Works out nicely. Let me do this over just a hair more because I've got it covering up some of my navy drama here. How's about that? That fits almost perfectly. So this one has like our almost our ticket look to it with the corner rounder where it has the two-way corner rounding. And so our flower, the arc of the flower fits just right in there almost perfectly. Do we want to pop up our doves now? I think so. Let's pop these up. I've got a couple of larger foam squares left on my sheet. So let's do that. And my backing came off before I got it placed down. I was worried it was going to stick to my finger a little bit there. Okay. Putting my heart. Oops. Nice. There we go. Okay. And then we did have one more of the little single floral as well. So I'm going to find another small foam square for that one, like we did on the other side. I put 3, I think. And usually as I make space on the new sheet, I'll move these other ones over. It's unusual that I have large ones left. It seems like usually the small ones are left. So, but I think because I used so many that I cut on that one layout, I wound up opposite this time. This one's going to go out from here just a little bit, mimicking what we did on the right side of the page as well. And then our wedding day, I believe I was going to put, yeah. I think originally I thought about doing it in the corner here. Let me actually pull in this other page. Move this, move these. All right, move that. Bring in my other page. And so originally I think I was going to put it in the corner. But afterwards, I think I liked it more straight, but now I'm not so sure. Because these all have movement that way, that has movement that way. I think because our love, love, love is straight. Let's do our wedding day straight as well. Although it's an option, you definitely could have it in the corner. You could put it on foam squares as well. And I like to talk to you all about the options and show you some options. But I think I'm going to do it straight just like I did my love here. And then that also adds another bit of symmetry to my page. And I like symmetry. So that's what I'm going to go with. And that way it kind of almost looks like our cake gets highlighted there. Let me hold up the left side of the page for you all to see closer as well. And those doves, I don't know, I just really, really loved that. Okay, this is it. This is our 2-page layout. I hope you all enjoyed seeing how that one turned out. And let me show you the original inspiration. So you can see they had 3, and so I guess it's kind of does almost wind up with 3, but we can put a 4th here. If you want to use your wave blade on your photos too, you can. I mean, why not? You have it. You might want to use it. But like I said, I think this one is probably going to show up in my spring sale because I just don't have, we're not there yet. So, inspiration, inspiration, although I clearly don't follow sketches well, as if you've watched my channel for any time, you probably know that by now. I definitely like to do my own thing, but they are inspiring to me, and I do get a lot of ideas just by looking at the sketches. So there we go. That is our 2-page layout, wedding inspired. I am going to pull out our card. Actually, it's 2 cards this time. What can I say? I really got inspired on the cards this time. All right, so one of the things I've really been inspired to do also with this sketchbook challenge has been to do a card with each collection, each layout that I put together to show how to use some scraps. So with this one, I guess I got over inspired, but I have 2 of them. And the first one, this was actually my end piece from cutting my 2 4 1/4 mats. So it did have a straight edge on it. I debated heavily on whether I wanted to add that extra wave edge to it. And then I decided, you know what? No, we're not going to. This one, I am just going to go ahead and add to one of our blank cards from our blank card kits, just at the edge of the card. So I thought, you know what, that kind of works with it. I want to center this, which would help if I had pulled out my 0 centering ruler, because we know this is 4 1/4. We know that our card is 5 1/2. So it should be, what, 2 3/4 on our 0 centering ruler at the top and the bottom. And then this was 4 1/4, so it should be 2 1/4. Nope, 2. 2 and then 1/8 because of the wave. There we go then. Whoops, I'm off. Okay, at least I know I'm going to 2 and 1/8. Get this lined up. There we go. Okay, caught the edge of the paper here. Whew. And then this little square here is from the cutting the 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mats. So it was the byproduct from the middle of the paper. And I just thought this one also, hello, keep out my 0 centering ruler, 2 1/8. Because I do want this centered in a bit. So on our 0 centering ruler, if you're not familiar, we have these really, okay. Let me put something behind here so you all can actually see this better. So our 0 is in the center of our 12-inch ruler. So we have 6 inches going down, 6 inches going up. However, we also have markings across this way as well. So it's 1.5 inches on each end to the points. So I want to go, this first line here from the edge is 1 inch. So I want to see how that looks 1 inch in, and all I have to do is line up my ruler at the edge of my card. I know that I had 2 1/8 for the top and the bottom of my navy piece here. I want to be 1 inch in, because that will also help center my little piece here. This one is, all right, this is actually 1 inch. So I've got a 1/2 inch at the top and the bottom, which looks off because I don't know why. So I'm actually going to work this one Oh no, there it is. There's the inch. Okay. Sorry, I was definitely off. So I'm actually putting this over a bit. Actually maybe I shouldn't put it that far because I was going to do this. Oh, that actually will work. Okay. So I have an inch in, and it's an inch up and down here from our 0, and an inch over from our edge is where I am placing this one. And I just thought, it's kind of like it's just, I don't know, this just looks almost a little bit like a card you would find in an art museum. It just has its own little artistic flair to it to me. You could absolutely send this as a blank card to somebody, thinking of you, anything. I guess I'm going through an artistic phase where we're just not going to add words to our cards. However, I found this in our enameled bits with our embellishment pack, and I thought, you know what? This could be a masculine Valentine's card. Just with this little love here. Let me actually just go ahead and put it on. I'm going to do it. It could be a bridal shower. It could be a actual wedding card as well with the love on here, but it could also be a masculine Valentine's Day card. Also, since we just had Valentine's Day, it could also be a Father's Day card or a Mother's Day card as well. Because I know I love blue. And doesn't that look really kind of cool? You'll have to let me know what you think of the cards in the comments below as well. I don't know if that one's going to show up in the spring sale or not. We'll see. I love that one. I love the little delicate flowers. I love the navy and the white together. It just worked for me, and I couldn't resist doing that one. However, I also couldn't resist using up a few more scraps and pulling out my Shutter Love Border Maker cartridge because there's just something about this collection that just screamed for photos. And we had some extra of the silver tile with the loves on the back. We're going to use the silver tile, and again, but we're actually going to use both sides of this. Hang on, I've got to reinforce. Trying to be better about that, reinforcing my edges of my cards so that way when people go to open them, they're not flappy cards. There we go. Line it up nicely as you can. Sometimes you have to just pick it up and let the paper help you line it up nicely as well. There we go. All right, so there is our card front and our stickers. I found this really cute Picture Perfect sticker. So I'm going to put this on foam squares. That might actually be, let's see, will this be too big? Actually, I do think those are too big. Let me get my other foam squares here. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, let's try it. All right. Don't want it to sag in the middle, so I'll put one of the little ones in the middle. And you could also use your foam tape for this one too, because it would run just straight through the center and it would be easy to put on. But we have this Picture Perfect, and that's going to go up in this corner. Now, what are one of my pet peeves? Making sure we have a card that'll fit in an envelope. So I need to make sure my angle gets my sticker within the range of the card here. And because I use the foam squares, it is going to be a little bit of extra postage, but that's just the way it's going to be. I also have, okay, this piece is the back side of the silver tile. It has the love on the back side of it, but we're going to use the love side for this one. It is 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. This is going to angle here. So let me see. I'm not quite in the angle of the paper. So we're just going to match our corners again here. Coming in, and then I had a scrap of platinum shimmer, and so that's what I punched my Shutter Love border maker from, and I actually fussy cut it, so I used it just like a punch rather than using it in the paper holder because I only had a 4-inch piece of the platinum shimmer. So I wound up with kind of like an extra partial camera, but I just wanted the 2 hearts and the camera. So that's what we have, and that's what's going on my card. I just cut them with my scissors so that way it would fit inside of this love paper here. Because I also have all of the little hearts that came out from punching our borders on our layout here. I kept and I put them into one of our memorabilia pockets, and that is going to go on to our card. And it's going to become a shaker card. This is going to go here. Actually, I should have taken that off too, but that's okay. I'll get that in a minute. Because I'm at a couple of different angles here, aren't I? So this one's actually going to follow the paper a little bit. There we go. So this one is one of our 2-inch by 2-inch memorabilia pockets. And this comes off here. It seals it. And that becomes kind of like a little envelope of love, but it also kind of turns this into a shaker card a bit. But I have a lot of hearts in there, but I wanted it more as a decorative element than a shaker per se. But I just thought the picture perfect, the love, the hearts and the love on the paper, it just screamed for using the little hearts on our card. And again, I just thought this also can be an alternate Valentine's Day card. It can be a baby shower, a bridal shower, really just a many occasion card. And, you know, wouldn't that be fun for like if you know you have a friend that's having a baby boy, because we have these, they're going to move. I'm going to make them move. I don't know why I want it to be a shaker, but that's okay. Probably put a few too many, but it's with the blue and the white and the silver. It just screams baby boy to me as well. So that's it. I hope you all enjoyed these ideas for your Something Blue collection. You got a bonus card out of me this time. And I really, really had fun putting them together. I hope you all enjoyed seeing my 2 cards inspired by this collection. And I hope you all continue to watch my community tab on Mondays. I will be posting the information about my spring sale there, and it might wind up being a pop-up sale within that week on Zoom. My move is coming up quicker than what I am anticipating, and time is going fast. So keep an eye out for that. Until next time.